Khamzat Chimaev, the guy, the media darling, the one that you guys are most interested in, and you can't get a damn word from him. He is so hard. He finally did confirm that the hand was broken in the Kamaru Usman fight. And please don't try to shove this up my ass and tell me that you've been telling me that for weeks. And I understand, but you have to have confirmation on that stuff. You have to. I mean, the organization informs us of Yuri Prohaska's injury, which was none of our business. And then we're even told that it's the worst ever, but we don't ever get a confirmation that you got your number one contender, just won the number one contendership. You rebook his match and take his spot away, and you don't even tell the world why. I mean, not for nothing. I was curious, and I needed to hear it from him. So, moreover, not only is he injured, he's going to have an operation in about 2 weeks. What does that mean? What does that, what is about 2 weeks? What is about 2 weeks? Is 2 weeks is 14 days. What is about to? Is it scheduled or not? I'm not from a more sophisticated part of the world than he is living in, and if I had a broken hand, I would be in surgery tomorrow. If I needed a surgery for it, if that's already been deduced, it's been a month and 3 weeks as is. Now we're going to wait 2 more weeks, so you now got 8 weeks. Do you guys understand if you break a bone, it takes 8 weeks to heal the bone? So if you have a broken hand and you don't do anything about it for 8 weeks, it's now going to fuse to something. That will just be your new claw of a hand. Unless the doctor is going to go in and re-break it so he can set. What do you mean it's going to be in 2 weeks? What are you talking about? Truly, that's not right. You can't tell me of another time that you've heard of this. At what point did it get diagnosed as a broken hand? I would assume that night. Now, perhaps you need confirmation what comes the next day under the form of an x-ray. Okay, great. Either way, it's been 7 weeks, and he's got to wait 2 more just to get an operation. What? And so you got to understand, when we go down these roads of conspiracy, they generally take you nowhere, but they're a lot of fun. It's just that Chimaev happens to be tied to one of the bigger conspiracies that appears to have been true, which is the 178-pound day before made-up weight class with no sanctioning through a commission fight that he had with Kevin Holland. And Brendan Schaub came and told the world, it was a prediction, Brendan was guessing, but he said, man, this is fugazi. There's no way that the commission didn't get involved. There's no way that you have a catch weight. There's no way that you changed it the day before without Kevin Holland taking a piece and everything else that goes along with it. And Brendan was accused of being a conspiracy theorist. And then Chimaev, prior to his last fight, confirmed that Brendan Schaub was absolutely right. So, the evidence that Brendan had to make the prediction when he made it is far less evidence than I have to tell you right now that you do not break your hand 7 weeks ago, understand you need a surgery, and the surgery is scheduled sometime roughly 2 weeks in the future. And all of that is subsequent to the fact that you became a number one contender, you lost that opportunity, you inserted another guy, and there was no mention made of it. By the way, I don't have, like, a final analysis of this. I'm just sharing with you. You had a number one contender. That was promised, not just to him. It was promised to you, the public. Tune in and watch this. And if you need more of a reason to tune in and watch it, I'm going to sprinkle a little something special on here. This is the number one contender. All of that was taken. It was just taken without an explanation. And now the explanation that we're given is he couldn't meet Sean Strickland in January for a fight that he earned the hard way. I can't think of a harder way to get a job than having to beat up Kamaru Usman. Would any of you even have your job if that was a prerequisite? To get a job, you must not only fight Kamaru Usman in a cage, you must beat him. Okay, he got the job, and he got it the hard way. and no explanation was given. The media had began. Strickland was coming after. Strickland's coaches and teammates that saw those guys working out were coming after. Chimaev was like, everything was building, and then we find out it was Duplessis with no explanation. And now when we finally get an explanation, it's that there's going to be an operation on a surgery of a hand that was broken 7 weeks ago. Oh, and by the way, that surgery date is so unimportant to me. I don't even know when it is, but it's in about 2 weeks. Bull